This is a short video of some of the mistakes I made raising bees, and I'm sure some of you have made them too and can't figure out why your hive completely died after going through a winter. Hoping to ventilate the hives during the summer, I tended to drill the hole at the top where your handles are for picking up the boxes, thinking the bees coming in from the top and the bottom and whatnot would help. And that was a big mistake. You want to minimize the amount of openings on a hive. They get plenty of ventilation when you just remove the bottom plate of a hive, and the rest is screened. So basically, the bottom is all screened, and you should only have the small opening in the front, and of course, plenty of ventilation on the top, so you get a nice draft or vent to dry all that honey or sugar water that they're collecting. Otherwise, it'll just cause a lot of mold in there, and especially in the wintertime. And here I show how I changed the opening to my own front cover or entrance. It's just screwed to the box. It helps you align it with the lower part every time you lift up the box. So if you have to check a hive, you just have to tilt it towards this opening, which stays aligned with the bottom. So basically the changes I made was this entrance, which has a small opening, and you could put a metal plate there to vary the opening from hot to cold days or whatever. And I put a screen on the inside of the box where I had the holes on the top or on the inner cover. The same thing. I put some kind of screen because that's how the moths and beetles actually get in. And bees can't cover everything, every opening. Okay, in this photo I show another mistake I made in the wintertime was over insulating. Here's a picture I managed to capture from a video showing the 3-inch insulation. And I used 1-inch styrofoam insulation around them. And in both cases, the hives completely died. And a lot of that had to do with in the wintertime, it just didn't have enough ventilation to dry all that honey they had or sugar water, which they were collecting. Even in 50-degree weather, they would come out for sugar water. So that caused a problem. What I found works best is to not insulate them at all and to give them plenty of ventilation. So, an opening at the bottom and opening at the top, screened, of course, at the top, even in the wintertime. And that works. I almost gave up raising bees, and then I decided to try capturing bees in the springtime. And sure enough, here I show the boxes I put on the top of the roof is the best place, as high as possible. A couple of boxes, and here you could see the bees filling up the boxes. And here I show where I place the boxes on 2x4s that rest on concrete blocks. That keeps them off the grass and ants and all that. Yeah, bees seem to survive with hardly any attention other than they need a lot of ventilation. I have wild bees in the woods I found that were nesting amongst a stack of logs, and they survived the winter with no care or insulation and all that other garbage. So there you go. It might shrink a little bit from a lot of cold, but they bundle up and stick together, and it stays 90 degrees in those hives all winter. So hope you learned something from this. It's not so much the beetles or the mites that a lot of them want you to believe. It's the fact that you're not ventilating their hives sufficiently enough for them to survive. They need to be dry, but still able to store honey. Please give it a thumbs up so YouTube doesn't shut this down. I've had a lot of them blocked, Thank you for watching. See my blocked videos at larryandjane.com.